Good morning guys, Mark here again and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, you love cars, DIYs and anything car related, please consider subscribing and check out my playlist. And guys, so for today, as most of you guys know, I cleaned the rear brake system of my Hyundai Eon yesterday because I have a lot of time to spare, and I discovered that my brake cylinder on the passenger side is leaking. So I was supposed to change the seals yesterday, but wasn't able to buy the part that I need. So uh, I will be replacing or showing you guys on how to replace the piston seal for the rear wheel cylinder for your car. And guys, just a word of caution, this is not intended for first time DIYers, newbies. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please have a mechanic do it for you. This is dangerous if you uh, will not be able to do this properly and have no idea on how to bleed brakes. This might cause an accident in the future. So again, if you have no idea about brake system, please do not attempt to do this. Okay.
A few moments later.
So I replaced three of the seals, only one left, which will be placed to in this end. So I'm done with this one and the other two on the other side. This one is the one that I'll be replacing. As you can see, it's wet with brake fluid. The proper way of doing this is to remove the entire wheel cylinder, but I'm gonna show you a way on how to replace this without removing the cylinder. So as you can see, I already removed the brake drum, the wheel, the axle nut, etc. And I have a dishwashing liquid for those brake fluid that will touch the metal parts of the brake system, because brake fluid will definitely cause corrosion on metal parts. So things that you will need for this DIY would be a size 32 socket, a rubber mallet, a tire wrench, a long piece of tube for your breaker bar, a long nose pliers, a flathead screwdriver, the parts that you will need, a grease, a cloth, a jack, of course, and what else? Brake fluid. Okay. Okay, guys. So first thing that you will need to do after removing everything is my technique would be to do it one at a time. So it would be much easier for you to work on the wheel cylinder, and make sure before removing the piston on your wheel cylinder, you fill the reservoir with brake fluid, because once you remove the piston, brake fluid will start to leak out. Okay, so first thing that you want to do is remove the spring for the um, self adjusting lock, which would be this one, using your long nose pliers. Okay, and then um, remove the retainer lock, which would be this one. So let me show you. So this one. So all we need to do is press this in and turn the lock. Let me just show you guys. So I hope I can do this, guys. The camera is blocking the view. So push and then reach out at the back, and then there you go.
Eventually.
Okay, so once the one of the brake shoe has been removed. Okay, so before doing anything on the piston, you will need to use a vice grip to squeeze the brake line hose. Okay. Just like that, guys. Okay. Just to avoid having too much air going in the system. Okay. So now let me just clear the cloth because we'll need to use this piece of rug. Okay. Gently remove the dust cover. So there should be some brake fluid that will definitely come out from here, but it shouldn't be that much. Okay, so that should keep that in place. So the vice grip is doing the job for us. This is the piston for the wheel cylinder. You'll see there already rust forming here, and the seal that we'll be replacing is this.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay guys, so since we'll be replacing this with the new one, you can just use the screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, to remove it from the piston. Even in removing, guys, it's not that easy. That's why when I shot the video, I'm already sweaty, because I replaced the three seals already. So that has been removed. This is the old one, this is the new one. Okay, so as you can see, this one already shrank a bit. Okay. So inserting the new one is gonna be tricky. So you can try forcing it by hand. It's gonna be tough. Okay. So that has been replaced, guys. You can see that's the new one. So all we need to do now is just insert this. Okay. Okay. All you need to do now is just insert the piston. Okay. So gently. Okay. Yeah, there you go. And last but not the least, guys, the dust boot. So make sure you clean the dust boot as well, to be sure that it's free from uh, contaminants. Okay, that's in. Good. And release the uh, vice grip. And first is, if you haven't or done this correctly, you will notice a leak already coming out. Okay, so far I don't see any, which is good. Uh, so this is the newly rebuilt wheel cylinder. And of course, before returning everything, what I want to do is clean everything with dishwashing liquid to protect the metal parts from uh, corrosion. So again, guys, I do not encourage, uh, especially for newbies, to do this DIY. Okay, I repeat, I do not encourage for newbies to DIY this video or this tutorial. What important, guys, is you have an idea what needs to be done, what needs to be replaced, and how much will it cost. Okay, so the total cost that I made, just in case you already have the brake fluid, is just 160 bucks. Okay, so the oil seal is only what do you call this, 80 bucks or 40 bucks each. So this what we're going to do now is we're gonna return the springs first. Yes. Okay. So last thing that we will be doing or inserting would be the self-adjusting mechanism. Okay, springs are in now. Sorry. Now time to uh, put the uh, brake shoe to sit on the piston. Now, uh, now the retainer. So remember I mentioned earlier that removing the or returning this is 10 times harder. Let me show you why. Or definitely not really hard. Let me just catch my breath. Let's try one more time. There we go. So make sure that the brake shoe sits perfectly uh, okay, now the retainer, guys, or sorry, the self-adjusting mechanism. This might, this will need little bit of brute force. Okay, like that, and just make sure that it is secured in place. So this one goes here. So this is the one that locks the um, self-adjusting mechanism in place. And so one side of the spring goes at the back, which makes it difficult to put back. Like, see? Let's try one more time, guys. Oh yeah. And so spring, retainers, I think we're good. But of course, before um, returning everything in place, we'll need to bleed the system. So don't press on the brakes without returning the brake drum, because the piston on the wheel cylinder will pop out. Okay, so let's open the bleeder valve. I just want to make sure that there's no air on the system. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, guys, so done with the DIY. Um, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button and check out my playlist. Again, this is Mark, and that's how you rebuild or replace the oil seal for the rear wheel cylinder for your Hyundai Eon.